Hey, everybody, welcome to another Smoke and Mirrors. This very special episode is brought to you by that feeling in your stomach when you see red and blue lights in the rearview mirror. It's brought to you by that feeling. It's a startling one. It will get you sober. Also brought to you by the birth canal as was everything else in the universe, brought to you by the birth canal. And now, here's a song. Smoke. And now, here they are, your hosts, Carlos, Kareem, Wyndham. What? All that boxing and beating. Hey, it's got to be 420. Let's do this thing. If I'm hearing the echo, I know you are too.
Okay, you gotta cut that down.
That's exciting shit. That's exciting shit. You know what it is. It's family style, motherfucker. You already know. You already know who's gonna hear, who is here, and if you know who's gonna be here with me, that means you already know who's already here with me too. Cause we roll as family. It's a crew situation. Do you, do you though have yourself a hot bevy or a cold one, whatever it is, has got to be? Make sure to keep the Rona out your throat. I do. This is, of course, in my favorite fuck cup, trying to restore and replenish my fuck supply because I've been out for some time. Typically, in there, I have, as you know, coffee. Today, I do not. Today, I am having a little bit of tea, a little bit of English breakfast tea with see, what I did is I goofed. I thought I had like 10 to 20 milligrams of cannabis honey. I had 50 milligrams of cannabis oil. So that's that's what I'm drinking today. So buckle up, everybody. We'll get into the rest of what else we have and what else is going on in a second. Hey, do me a favor. Will you come back here tomorrow? We're going to get into today, but before we get into today, I'm telling you, come back tomorrow. I'm going to be here again one more time with Kat Hollis. Kat Hollis is an organizer, is a dancer, is a stripper here in Portland, Oregon, is one of the key organizers in the PDX Black Stripper Strike. We will learn more about what that is. We will hear more about what has been going on in these streets in Portland, Oregon for real from somebody who's actually been there, unlike listening to anybody named Chad. And then on Monday, the 27th. Now, I'm not saying, children, that I'm not going to be here on Friday. What I'm saying is I'm going to have another guest on Monday, so don't get it twisted. On Monday, the 27th, I'm going to be here with Crystal Echohawk. Crystal Echohawk is an organizer, is a fundraiser, is a philanthropist who has also been part of the campaign called Change the Name for the last decade or so. And for anyone who doesn't know, that's about an NFL team called the Washington Racial Slurs. And so this is they have been successful and had some victories as of late. And so we're gonna be here with my friend Crystal. I do get to say in this case, my friend Crystal. Sometimes I get to say this is a friend of mine, this is somebody I know, this is somebody I met, this is somebody I work with. This is someone, Crystal is going to be somebody you get to talk to somebody, I get to talk to somebody who knew me in the 6th grade. Crystal and I have known each other for some time, and we both out here doing our little badass thing in the world. I am very much looking forward to that conversation. I don't know if you have radio, if you are that antiquated, if you are that analog as am I. I don't. any longer. I did, but I got an alert this morning that I needed to be listening to the radio. That's not something that's happened to me since I was about 12 years old. So hurry up and listen to the fucking radio. Get your boombox out. Tape it. I heard that they're going to play Beat Street. No, I got an alert to listen to the radio because it was going to be some friends on. I hope you had a chance to listen. If you did not, please do turn into OPB, the something show. I don't know. Our guest will tell me what the fuck it was called. I forgot what the name is. The White Man Show. It was the OPB, the White Man Show. And at the end of the White Man Show, they featured a segment on black comedians and making comedy in this day and age. I wasn't invited. But who was invited were some very funny and influential people who were very good friends of mine. Of course, one young Christian Burke, who is a musician, is a polymath, is able to do the comedies, is not in the mood to do it right now, and explain very clearly why. I think if you look outside your window, you might have a feeling about why as well. And my partner in crime, Dahlia, was there. Dahlia Bell was there doing the damn thing. And of course, my sister from another mister, Courtney Collins, was there. Her name kept getting pronounced in the whitest way I've ever heard it pronounced in my life by this white man named Dave. I think he kept, like, he wanted to make sure he didn't fuck up and say Courtney, so he kept saying, like, Courtney. It was the most, like, awkwardest thing. It was precious. Anyway, she killed it, and he seemed to have this very clear impression that he was going to have these three black funny makers on and have them segment from each other and all behave. But he turned on all of their microphones at the same time. Child. Niggas know each other. Don't do that. Don't do that. Everybody know each other. This is just friends. We family. We all just gonna talk. So they did. So it was a lot like being backstage at any number of our shows. It was very fun. I loved it a lot. I loved it quite a lot. Do look that up. It's OPB, The Dave Show. And I'm sure it's got a different name. We'll find out what that is in a second. Today, though, we are talking to another one of the people that I consider. I'm going to say these words to you. I'm going to say these words out loud now. Another one of the Portland black comedy gods at the moment, okay? I'm talking about motherfuckers who are actually setting a stage, not only for themselves, but setting stages for multiple people and doing so with intentionality. And folks who are working very, very much against their, very much against the prototype that is delivered for what black comedy could, for what the fuck? Court. Get off of my look at what the comments on here. I'm trying to introduce somebody right now, goddammit. Think out loud. Shit. All right, the Dave Show. Shit. The Dave Show out loud where the thinks are on OPB. Check it out. Fuck it. Here's how I'm bringing on my friend Hyjinx. Hey, give it up for Hyjinx, y'all. Come on, one time, please.
What's good? What's good? How you doing today?
Hey, what's happening, family?
Oh, man, I am doing awesome. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, thank you for being here. So, the rest of what was being said and the reason the Courtney just got to yelling a little bit because we family is because Court knows. Okay, see, with this shit, you see what's going to be happening? I see exactly how it's going to be. The whole broadcast is going to be these things popping up all this whole time. That Court is married to my guest today, the Real Hyjinx, and their partnership is Dirty Angel Entertainment LLC. What it do? What it do?
How you doing?
I'm very well. I was inspired after I listened to the family on OPB this morning. I really was. That was gorgeous. That
did
was
such a
gorgeous.
beautiful job. All of them did a wonderful job. So
It
it
was
was a
real.
beautiful interview this morning.
It was
I
real.
listened to it in its entirety, and it was beautiful. I love to see my wife shine like that. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, you heard the whole program?
hmm
Yeah,
Her,
yeah,
Dahlia, and Christian, beautiful, beautiful program. They
yeah,
spoke eloquently, and they did a great job.
yeah. It was the representation of not only right the carpetbaggers of Black Portland.
Right,
Hello, but to hear from Black Portland itself in the house. And be given that opportunity, and then black femme led Portland. I mean, that just doesn't happen
right.
very often, you know. So that was really good. And you follow that lead. You've been doing your thing. What you been up to?
Right now, smoking.
Okay,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? Smoking. But I've just been trying to keep my head straight. You know, with everything that's going on with the coronavirus, the protests, everything that's going on. I've just been trying to keep my head straight and just stay focused on our business at hand. And I mean, that's all I can do right now.
Yeah, yeah. And the business at hand is a lot, right? Y'all have so you in court. Every time I see a picture of y'all on the internet, it seems like there's a different child that y'all are saying is your child. So by my count, you have what, 28 children? How many?
We have four. Between
Four.
us, we have four.
Okay, that's not the same as 28 at all. That's not. That ain't even enough to start. That ain't even enough to start no kid band.
Oh, yeah, it is. I got enough for I can start a basketball team. I
Okay,
got my
all right.
starting five.
Okay,
Well,
there it
plus
is.
me, I got my starting five.
See, okay, that's real Joe Jackson. You gonna include yourself? You
Oh
in the
yeah, I
band?
got to. You know what I'm saying? I got to include myself.
You in the band?
I'm, I'm player coach. You know what I'm saying? And I sing lead. I'll sing backup if I have to, but I try to sing lead.
So, yo, the first time I got to see one of your sets, I think it was on the inner. No, I'm sure it was on the inner tube. And the reason is this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a thing. I said it to Courtney. I didn't say it to you. You may have
hmm
seen. The first time I saw you, I was a scared. Now, the reason being,
Scared.
wait, hold up. The reason being, it wasn't my internalized anti-blackness. It was not my internalized anti-blackness. Let me be very
Okay.
clear. Okay, what had happened was, uh, I had gone to ladies' night at the Black Comedy Festival, right?
Uh-huh.
Not this year, last year, so
Okay.
2019, and at that festival that night, Risa was on stage,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know what had happened because I didn't know I didn't know none of the peoples. I didn't know no dirt. I didn't know nothing about the management at the Elks Club. I didn't know nothing about nothing. So all I know is that in the set you had came over to court pissed about something. I didn't know what it was, but it was during the set, and I was just like,
hmm
what happening? And that was the firstest time I'd ever seen you. I was like, oh, this nigga right here. This I don't understand. That's some real macho bullshit. What is happening right now? What was going on? Do you know what I'm talking about?
That night, I believe it was somebody talking in the back. It was somebody talking during Debbie Wooten's set. And if you know who Debbie Wooten is, I mean,
Break it down.
she is Northwest comedy. You know what I'm saying? She has been doing comedy for years and years and has seen things that I can only imagine, been in rooms that I could only think about doing. And somebody in the back was talking during her set, and Rissa wasn't having it. And I went and told my wife, and Rissa handled it. Like, we didn't even have to say nothing. Rissa handled it.
Okay.
And Rissa
Okay.
was looking at, and the first thing Rissa does is look at my wife like, am I going to get snapped because I'm going out? And my wife was like, handle him. You
Okay.
go, get him. So, and that's what happened. Cause I didn't want to say nothing because, I would have looked like the big bully like, "Ugh."
Okay.
But I'm gonna say something to my wife because I'm like, babe, they need to shut the fuck up, and what I'm saying. I didn't mean to cut. I'm sorry. Can I cuss on here?
Oh, you can
I don't.
what? Fuck shit. I think I
Okay,
said
okay,
yeah,
okay. I just
yeah.
want to make
What
sure.
what you want?
So we
Asshole, I'll
wanted
throw
them
one of those
to.
in.
Thank you, praise the Lord. Uh, so they were just talking during the set, disrespectful. That's one thing,
Okay.
and we don't stand for disrespect. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? One thing, if you come to one of our shows that we're producing, everybody is going to get respect. That's one of the things we say at the beginning of our open mic. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get on this stage and start dogging out nobody because you think it's funny. I don't care what you think is funny. You're going to respect every person that took the time to come to this open mic or this showcase that sit and spending their time and their money to be here. You're going to respect them because if not, you're not going to get on our stage. And
Right.
that's period, point blank. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And so they were just talking during their set, and we wasn't having it. And so Rissa Riss handled it accordingly. She got back up there afterwards, got the microphone, called them all kind of stanky hoes, told them to take their silly asses back to Seattle. I mean, she let them have it.
No, she
And we
got
didn't
it.
say,
That's where I had came in. Okay. Because
mm-hmm,
I was waiting for the late night set. So I had came in on that part of the set. And then she started just like capping on me because I sat too close to the front and we didn't know each other yet. So that's on me. That's on me. And so I couldn't stop cracking up. But then you had came behind me with that producer energy, and I was
uh-huh.
just like, ooh, ooh, girl, I'm afraid of Mister. I don't know what's going on around here. I'm
You know
afraid of
what?
Mister.
A lot of people probably get that about me just because I'm 6'6", dark, and I probably come across. And if you know me, I am not a mean person. I'm passionate. You know what I'm
Passionate.
saying? I'm super passionate about the things that I do and the people that I roll with and the people that are, I'm saying I'm passionate about that. So it's never anger. It's always passion. So when you saw me,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wasn't anger energy. That was just my passion. Like, y'all not gonna come in here and fuck up this festival. Y'all
yeah.
gonna shut the fuck up. And that's what that energy was. And a lot of people don't, I'm passionate, man. I can be evil if I have to be, but you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, I'm just passionate about what I do and what I believe in. So,
It was
and I'm gonna.
beautiful. No, it was beautiful. The thing is, like, you caught me at an intersection of my own life, right? Because I had only been coming to terms with the fact that I am a gender fluid person
Mm-hmm.
and not just as my family had referred to me for so many years at that point, metrosexual or a
Right.
thespian. And then it was actually no, genetically this is who I am. It's the top to bottom. This is what it is. And I had been working for a while
Mm-hmm.
because I had spent so much time around masculine energy, right, as an
Right.
MC, backing away from that kind of energy. So it was the first time I'd been around it in a long time in any kind of a public space where the passion was just in the body that it was in, right?
Right.
So it caught me off guard. And of course, because nobody's excused from this shit, there must have been and must be internalized racism happening because my little light skinned small ass is go see a big
I
chocolate
get
nigga
you.
and be like, is it cool?
Yeah, and I hate that I come across like that, man. And I
It's
hope that
you don't come across like that. No, bro, you don't come across like that. You know, society come across like that. Fuck that shit.
right,
Fuck that shit. That ain't you. That
right,
ain't me. Okay, that's the system.
right,
That's the system.
right.
And you beyond the measure of working to break it, right? Because it's not what I learned about you the first time I saw you hosting was that there's nothing inauthentic about your presentation or how you are one of those comedians, and this is one of the things I really do appreciate about a lot of the folks who are in Portland scene, right? Whether you think somebody an asshole or whether you think somebody might have something to say, most of the funniest people who you're gonna see on sets around here who they are on stage is very much who they are, right? Like it's turned up to
Yeah.
13 or 14, but
Right.
they we talk the same way to each other, right? I don't know anybody who has like a, well, this is how I talk on stage and this is how I talk with my friend. I like
Right.
it's how we talk, right? There's just things we're saying, and learning about you, exactly that passion, right? That thing you said, because you, when you introduce a show, you talked about that thing about respecting the stage and respecting the space, right? Can you talk about why, and why, as a comedian here, that was so important for you, or continues to be so important for you to do?
Because a lot of people think they can get away with anything. They think they can get on stage, and just because they're on stage, they think they can say it, and it's supposed to be excused because they're on stage. And you don't get that pass at our show. You get one warning. You do it, you go against that, you don't come back to our stuff no more. We'll play you off the stage. We'll play the music and walk your ass right off the stage. It's got to be a respect all the time. You know what I'm saying? There can't be, and when we started doing our open mics, that was one of the things that we insisted that we're always, it's a respect thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not, and I associate myself with a different group of people.
Okay.
So I want everybody that comes to my room to feel comfortable. I don't want you to come to my room and feel uncomfortable. I don't want that to happen, and I'm not going to let it happen. So you're going to give every person in my room the respect that they deserve. And you're not going. That's like one of our big things at our open mic is there's no punching down. Yeah. And if you don't know what punching down is, we'll play you off the stage, and you'll know exactly what the fuck it is. Because we're not going to have that. You're not going to disrespect. That's not going to happen. It's got to be that respect. And every mic in town doesn't have that. They'll let you get away with anything. They'll let you get on stage and say whatever because you thought it was funny or you wanted to try something out just to see if it was a hit or miss. Nah, man. Okay, you try that shit somewhere else.
I'm gonna bring it because you're being nice. You're being nice. Because what happens too often, I think, for my dollar, is one of a couple of things. One, somebody gonna get up there, and and it's not punching down. It's just not that funny, and it's gonna be 5 minutes of like, look at my balls. I've got 5 balls, and my penis. It's so hard to date, and so that's gonna happen. Which is just tired. I mean, it's just exhausting, but that's okay. You're not creative. I get it. The other one though is the one of like, the it's just words comedian. Well, it's just words. I just like words. I just want to say words. Can I say it? If you can say it, I can say it. Can I say it? Nick. Can I say it? I want to say it. Can I say it? Can I say fat? I can't say it. Why can't I say it? I want to say it too. And those particular Pestillians are the ones who, for me, I mean, that's the shit. That's where I had stopped going to mics, honestly, until I had gone to yours a couple of times because I was like, I just got so tired of it that I would sit there thinking about my set and trying to work shit out. And then by the time it was time to get up, I couldn't do nothing but address whatever had just happened in the room. Right? Oh, you know why there's no black people in Portland? Right here. Right here.
Yeah.
It's so that's a lot of the levels, right? The other punching downs you see a lot of is you see people talking about houseless people. You see people talking about any gender that is not their own, right? Men's.
Yeah,
talking about any gender that's not theirs. Say it.
Straight cis men, we are the worst. Because we really think everything is fucking funny and we get up there and say shit and we think we can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? We're the worst at it. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing I'm just not going to tolerate it. We, as straight male comedians, we just need to stay in our fucking lane. If it don't got to do with us, if it ain't about us, you don't got to touch it. Stay in your fucking lane. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, my jokes are, these are my jokes. This is my lane. I know my fucking lane. I don't veer over here because that's not my shit. I don't veer over here. That's not my shit. Stay in your lane. Don't try to make a joke about some shit that you have no nothing on. You didn't research it. You just I think this is funny, and no, this shit ain't funny. You sound stupid. Stay in your fucking lane.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, and it's real vanilla, right? Like it's like you ain't never it's it's like trying to fuck somebody who don't know how to fuck. You know what I mean? It's
right.
just like you ain't never been exposed to nothing, boo boo. You ain't here talking all this yang yang, and clearly you don't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? And what's funny to you is that you've just never seen one before. Like,
right.
That's what's funny.
Yeah, stay in your lane. It's that's why I don't like and when it comes to comedy, I don't like shock value comics that feel like, oh, I'm gonna say this just to see how they react. Oh man, that's like, man, just if there's any straight male comics watching this, stay in your fucking lane.
Yeah.
Talk about what you know. Don't worry about you. And that's their problem.
Yeah. And if you could do it gymnastically, you're gonna come up with some shit.
Right. But they can't. They take the direct route that sounds the most stupid. Oh man. You've been in Portland long enough. You've seen the comedy scene.
Hey,
you've seen it.
I promise you it's not just Portland. I promise you. I believe
it.
Listen.
And I'll tell you, like,
go ahead.
Like, we've had a comic come in, you know what I'm saying? We're probably the only black-owned and operated mic here in Portland, I do believe. I don't think there's another black-owned and operated. Like, they might run a mic, but we're a company. Like, we're the only,
right.
Everybody, I feel every now and then you get a couple comedians that want to try you. A couple years back, we had a comedian come in, just thought he was the funniest in the world, thought he was going to drop the N-word. I mean, he dropped 3 of the most disgusting words in one joke that I had ever heard.
Okay.
Like, and he never came back to ours. You can't come back to our mic. That was it. You can't do. And he almost got his ass whooped that night. Kind of try to stand by me for the rest of the night. Talk about, hey man, get your ass whooped. You said it. One of our rules at our open mic is you can say whatever you want to say, but when you get off stage, be able to back up every fucking word you say. That's our only rule. I don't give a fuck what you say, but you better be able to back it up. Because if you can't, I ain't saving you. You're just going to take an ass whooping. You're going to take an L, partner. I can't do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it be that way. It be that way.
You ain't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just saying comedians don't. I don't know. There does one of the things that had been shocking to me is that the only time I had seen any kind of regulatory behavior from comedians, right, outside of your mic, from other comedians aimed at other comedians, was around punching down at comedians who were clearly unseasoned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be about it, right? But in terms of like actually sharpening each other, there's a whole lot of like patting each other on the back and patting each other on the nuts, but there's not a whole lot of like, hey, yo, have you thought about what would it look like if you didn't? And of course there are, and I don't even want to say it, but like we know that there are exceptions to these rules. I think it's almost worth mentioning just because there are so few. You know what I mean? Like when you meet somebody like Oliver, when you meet somebody like Dan, who actually is about like honing their craft and getting better and being funny.
Yeah.
Right. And even at that, right? You talked about the isolation of cis dudes, right? And even in that, it's still not. It's 50% of who I name, so it's not even. Right. It's folks who just don't have the exposure. Folks don't have the. I don't know. They're just so unenthusiastic about learning and growing into newness that it just seems beyond it, right? Because one of the things that y'all do is the way that you set up stages and the way that you set up space for
Mm-hmm.
there to be comedians across age, comedians across gender, comedians across class, comedians across experience, right? Parts of the country. Um, it's something that very, very few folks, I think, have the audacity and have the bravery uh, to pull off. And so,
Mm-hmm.
how long have y'all actually been doing and incorporated as Dirty Angel at this point, or producing together at all, or what's the
We've been
backstory?
okay. So when we first started out, I was just doing comedy on my own. I was just getting out there, and as I was going, I kept seeing it like the opportunity was just so hard to get stage time, and I didn't understand because I was like, I know I'm funny, so
Mm-hmm.
that's not the problem. So I couldn't figure out, what I'm saying. So after asking, asking, we finally, you know what, we're gonna make our own shit. So my wife had always wanted to do Dirty Angel in her, like this has been her brainchild for years before comedy even, what I'm saying. She always wanted to do her company. She wanted to do this. So when we got the opportunity to work together and start producing open mics, we
Mm-hmm.
was like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause my thing is, when you get into this business, you always need somebody that's going to be honest with you,
Yeah.
somebody that's going to be 100 with you at all times. You know what I'm saying? So that was my wife. She my wife. She don't stroke my ego. If I suck, she gonna tell me, nigga, you suck. Nigga, you need to go back. Nigga, you shit. So, and you need that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have that at first. So
Yeah. Yeah.
when we started working together, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I got good ideas, but I don't know how to structure it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where my
Mm-hmm.
wife, she'll take my good idea. I'm like, look, nigga, just nigga, follow this, do it this way,
Okay.
and it'll work.
Okay.
So that's how we work well together. Like, I got great ideas, but
Yeah.
without her keeping me focused on how to put those ideas and where to put them, I wouldn't be shit. I'd just be a funny dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So when we started working together,
Which is very different than a comedian, right? And people, I don't think
right?
people understand that all the time.
No, there's a difference. Anybody can be a funny dude. A comedian is hard work. This is hard work to be
Yeah.
a comedian. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I feel like comedy is just like hip hop, sports. If you're gonna do it, you live it. I live comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this from every aspect, from being on the stage, from, you know what I'm saying, from being the producer. So I live comedy.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
And to be able to do it with my wife is that's just added bonus. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when we pulled this together, 7 years now, I think 7 years we've
Okay.
been, I think right now we're probably the second longest running open mic in
Mm-hmm.
Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I think behind like a couple open mics that's been around for a while, but we, we wanted to my wife wanted to make a lane for me because she saw something in me that my other motherfuckers was just looking over. You know what I'm saying? So we built Dirty Angel. Well, she
Mm.
built it. I hopped on board. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in it. And if I
Yeah.
didn't believe in it, I wouldn't do. I mean, I got the logo. I got the Dirty Angel logo tattooed on me. Like,
Come
I
on now.
believe in this. So, you know what I'm saying? She's the brains behind it. And
Come on
she's
now.
just my wife is the
My man Boost
my wife is the shit.
been in the cool 25 years. He don't even got the logo label tattooed on him. You know what I mean?
Man,
That's dedication. That dedication.
yeah,
He said the
it's
reason is
tattooed.
he don't believe in the band that much. He like what he do, but he don't believe in the band that much necessarily. He gonna get the tattoo. That's belief. That's belief.
Look,
That's to
man.
the heart.
Yeah, I got the logo here. I got it tattooed on the back of my hands. If you can see, it say Dirty Angel.
See?
Like, so I believe in this, and I believe in her. So, you
Yeah.
know, she's made it possible for me to do a lot of things. When I went on tour, she's the one that raised the money to make that happen. Put
Mm.
me and three other black comics on a 30-day tour from here to Las Vegas. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on.
She did that. You know what I'm saying? She helped us raise the money to make that happen and
Come
get
on.
us across. And you know what I'm saying? And from there, she always had a game plan.
Yeah.
And then, but you know how things happen. Everybody don't stick with the game plan. Everybody think they bigger than the game plan.
Mm.
Everybody think they, what I'm saying, but I stuck with the game plan. I saw my wife had a vision. I see the vision. And you know what that
Yeah.
vision has gotten us? We have, like I said, the second longest running open mic in Portland. We have 3 venues. You know what I'm saying? We have a festival, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Sold out festival this year in a comedy club.
That shit was
We
so
got a,
popping. That shit was so popping. We
you know
gotta
what I'm
talk. We
saying?
gotta talk about what happened at Harvey's, yo. We gotta talk about what
Yeah,
happened at Harvey's. Come
it was
on.
unbelievable. And just for the record, I remember you at our festival that year at the Elks because you was fly as fuck. Your outfit, you was fly as a motherfucker. That's why nobody was picking on you because you sat in front. Motherfuckers was fucking with you like, look at this clean motherfucker. What's this? Look at him. This motherfucker is clean. Who the fuck? Who? What? Like we could have just roped off the rest of those aisles and be like, look that's them right there. That's why people was paying attention to you. You was fly. You glided in. Like I don't even think your feet touched the ground. Like you just
Uh,
you like a Spike Lee movie. Like you was on one of those things just gliding
on the
in this
dolly
motherfucker.
doing it, doing
Yeah,
that.
like oh, damn. I said, yeah, that's why you was getting talked
Uh,
about.
Come on now. Come on now. Tell them again.
So they don't hear. Hey man, if y'all never seen them dress, you're missing it.
This ain't dressed.
Clean.
This ain't dressed. This is I put on a shirt. If I got on buttons or a blouse or some shit for y'all, that's cause I can't be here in pajamas in the Rona. I can't. I can't do it. Just
Uh,
I can't do it.
and look, that shirt is pressed. It's clean. He got the button. Don't
It's a little
nobody put the
press.
buttons on the
It's a little
collar
press.
part and put the collar down. Like that's clean right there. Like that's whistle clean. Shh, I can't even do it. That's
It's a
clean
little
right there.
press. It's a press.
I got on a Nike jersey and some Beats headphones and a Scorpio necklace, looking like an ex basketball player that's trying to sell drugs now. So that's what I'm saying. You're clean over there. You know
I'm
what I'm
trying.
saying?
I'm
So
trying. Got smell good on for nobody. I'm over here by myself. I smell. I'm like, oh shit, I smell good.
I smell like cushion sun tea right now. That's what the fuck I smell like over here.
Hey,
Just
listen, that's a good smell. That's a
yeah.
real good
Thank you.
smell. That's a real good smell. Come on now. All right, so tell me about it. Who? How'd you get into it? Who are your people? What made you decide that it was gonna be a thing? You was gonna get up there and actually do it.
Ah man, I fell into comedy actually. I was doing my sister in law was doing a project for college, and
Uh huh.
like they had to make like this mock newscast or
Okay.
something, and she needed a commercial in between, so she was like, yo, could you just like I just need something, just something. So I dressed up. I think I dressed up like I had on overalls. I dressed up like a runaway slave, and I did like a Crisco
Oh.
commercial. Like, the shit was like
Ooh.
I ad libbed a Crisco commercial,
All right. What year was
and
this? What year was this?
this was oh my god, this was 90. Oh, six, seven,
Okay,
seven,
that's
seven, because
perfect
I
then.
just
That's
moved out here
perfect.
in 97. So I'll say 97, 98 ish.
Okay.
We'll say it's around in there. So I did that for her, and her husband at the time saw it and was like, "Hey man, you ever thought about doing stand up comedy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I try it." You know what I'm saying? So he had a hookup up in Seattle for a show. It was a boat show,
Uh huh.
and Rodney Perry was
Okay.
headlining.
Okay.
And like, I don't know if a lot of people know who Rodney Perry is, but he's been on like a lot of Medea shit. He was he was on when Monique had her show. He was her her second hand on the Monique show.
Yeah,
So like he
he's a
was
touring ass, working ass comedian. This is a
yeah
real
you
motherfucker.
know
This is a real motherfucker.
Yeah, so I had he knew he was doing a boat show up in Seattle, and my brother-in-law was like, "Look, I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna get you to open up for him." Like
Oh.
I had never done an open mic. I mean, I had nothing. I had no like I had never written a joke. I had never done a set. Like I had no clue about
All
God. But
right.
I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna do this. So I went home. I worked on like this 15-minute set. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like I just I figured it out, and then like the next week before I went
15.
up there, yeah, I did.
Your
I
first
think
set
the
was
first set I
15.
ever did was 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
Honestly, it was 10 or
Wow.
15 minutes. My first time on stage. So what I did is my wife's family was down from New York,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to perform it in front of somebody, so I got all of them over, and I did it in front of them. Now, when I say my wife's family is from New York, I mean they from New York, son. They like, look, B, if this shit ain't funny, yo, we gonna tell you something. Like I done booed the Sandman at the Apollo, B. So if you ain't when they do this, when you see a New Yorker do this, that shit ain't funny, son. If that shit ain't funny, we gonna get you, son. That's all I'm saying, son. So like I was like, okay. So
Yeah,
I'm
my
like,
father's from New York. I know exactly what that kind of language means. All my God family from New York. I'm like,
so you get it. So they meant that shit. So I got up and I did my set in front of them. You know what I'm saying? They loved it. They laughed. They was like, that was good. That was great. That was cool. You did a good job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, cool. So like the next weekend, we went up to Seattle, and I don't even remember who else was on the show. It was another dude from a movie. God, I wish I.
whoa. The whole thing. His thought froze and the whole thing froze. We all in middle stories. I'm sure he's gonna be bad one way or the next.
Are they leaving? Oh, they went
Boom!
back.
There it is. There it is. You there? You there? You're gone. You're gone. You were there. You were there. We had you. I'm not leaving. I ain't leaving. I need you to come back. When you get back, we're gonna keep that going. We're gonna keep that going. I love comic stories. That's one of my favorites. Next thing I was gonna ask is who were the comedians that you came up on? What records have you? Oh, are we there? That looks fluid. How you feeling? I hear you.
I'm
I
good.
see you. You
Can
feel
you?
good? Yeah, I was just big upping you. I was talking about what we was gonna do when you got back.
I'm great. I didn't know I left.
That is beautiful. You just froze up. You was talking about it. You was talking about it. You were breaking it down and it just froze up on it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm back. Well, I mean, let me know where you want.
Beautiful. I don't know. I was telling these people what I was gonna ask next. Hey, so who
Okay.
were the ones that you were listening to coming up? What were you into?
Uh, I think the first person that really got me into comic was Eddie Murphy. First
Okay.
time I saw Eddie Murphy's Raw, that
Very
was like,
problematic. Very problematic. I like it.
yeah, I know,
Me
I
too.
know. I was young. Yeah,
So many
yeah,
of
I
us.
was young. I was young, and Rudy Ray Moore, way
Okay.
down in the jungle deep, like Rudy Ray Moore. And then as I got older, as I got older and I got into comedy, I stopped watching comedy as much.
Okay.
Like one of my things is like I don't watch. I couldn't tell you the last stand up from a comedian. Like I couldn't
Oh,
tell
for
you the
real? You
last
don't you
person I
don't you
saw.
don't you don't you don't check out the hours? You're not doing it?
No,
No.
I don't
All
do
right.
it, man.
All right. All
The
right. All
last
right.
thing I probably saw was probably D. Ray Davis Power Play.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
might have been the
yeah.
last
Last
actual
summer, right?
stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, last that was
Wait, power
that was
play. Oh, power play. That was how many specials
yeah,
ago?
that was a
Wow.
long
Okay.
time ago.
Okay. Wow.
So
All
that
right.
might have been the last stand up that I actually watched. Like I haven't seen none of Dave Chappelle's stuff, that new stuff. I
Yeah.
haven't seen none of Dave Chappelle's stuff.
Well,
None of Kevin
you
Hart's.
know.
None of that. I've
Yeah.
I've seen none of those.
I mean,
Am I
they're
missing
fine.
anything?
They're fine. They're perfectly suitable. I mean, it's very, the same. The thing is, right? Like once you get to that to a certain level of like being detached from the subject that you're actually talking about, right? If you're not able to acknowledge that in a way that can translate in some kind
Hmm.
of I just don't for me I'm not the audience for it.
I feel you.
I think the audience for that it is very much um, well, one, if you just there for the joke, then you're
Hmm.
solid, right? If it's
Right.
just the setup punch, Kevin Hart, you're gonna get a lot more of that. I think these days,
Hmm.
Chappelle right now, and for the last several things has been um, aging into old man talking, which is cool.
I feel
I
you.
think is fine. I do think that the evolution philosophical. Um, I it's for a moment. It's for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's a lot like trying to watch Chappelle's show now, like watch the DVDs,
Mm-hmm.
and it just don't hit the same. Cause some of the shit that got said is a little like, ooh, really, bruh,
Yeah.
are we? That's a little rough on. I'm not convinced that there's a lot of love for black women there. I think is the
Yeah.
thing that gets
I
me.
totally agree with you. I can't even argue with that. I totally agree with you 110%.
Yeah,
And it's sad. It's on different levels. It's not just comedy. I mean,
yeah,
it's on a lot of levels, and it's. And
yeah.
again, I'm as a black cis man, I'm part of the problem too. I got to do better.
Listen,
So I can't.
listen,
I can't.
and you do wield the powers and the platforms that you have to try to do that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
again, I know how much you've both meant in what Dolly has been able to do. I know how much you've both meant in what
Hmm.
I've been able to do. How many other black comedians around and in the area you've given that opportunity. And it just matters very deeply. It matters very, very deeply. Um, yeah, and I just hope you'll be able to continue. Be able to keep it
We
moving.
we
You
will.
know,
Like I said, we're looking forward to the festival next year. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Number five,
Planning's
and
already
big
begun.
plans. All right,
Planning's already
we're
begun. I
already
know. I
thinking.
seen it.
Yeah, we're already thinking about it. Podcasts and everything, and need to get smoke and mirrors on there. That's what we need to
Hey,
get.
let me know. Let me know.
We get smoke and mirrors as one of the podcasts. I
All
think that'll
right,
be awesome.
I'm down.
Let you let you interview however you want, whatever you want to do, man.
I'm down.
Whatever.
We'll
Let's
make it
make it happen.
happen. Absolutely, absolutely. Excellent.
Cause you definitely need you a platform to
Oh,
you. If people haven't seen you perform, let me tell you what you're missing. You're missing some down to earth realness, funny, and not for the faint of heart.
no,
Coming straight at you. And if I'm telling you, like, your whole style of comedy is different. You're not made. You're too much for the mainstream. Like you break the fucking mainstream. The mainstream will cry, and they don't know what to do with you. Like they just like because you on stage, you're incredible. Your from beginning to end,
I
this
appreciate that.
amazing,
I
amazing.
appreciate it. It's not a taste
I'm
for
telling you,
everybody. It's not a taste for
no,
everybody.
it's not, and I love to see. I'll laugh with you and watch the uncomfortableness around. Like, yeah, I see the uncomfortable. This shit is funny, so I'm gonna laugh it
Well,
up
that's
with
the
you.
part. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, people don't get it. I'm like, this is a whole interactive situation, right? Like, I can see y'all motherfuckers too, right?
right.
Like, you start clenching up and getting all tight and,
Right.
oh my
We see it.
God, that's delicious. I want more. I want more of that. Yeah, no, there are folks I came up on as well, and there's stuff I like, and this is I don't know. I don't know. I always been more about Peter Tosh than Bob Marley. Like I don't know. Like
I feel you.
Peter Tosh hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I love Richard Pryor. I adored past
Yes.
tense. Everyone's problematic. Paul Mooney. Listen, I don't want to get into it. It hurts my feelings. Why everybody got to be a rapist? Why everybody got to be a rapist?
I I wish I could answer that
It got to
question.
be rape though. Of all the shit you could
Yeah.
have did,
Damn.
shit, goddamn, you too. Ugh.
Yeah.
Would you talk to your
You know.
people? Shit.
You know what? I'll send a memo out to. I'll send a memo
Yeah,
out. I'll
I
do my
know it's
part.
secret memos because y'all try to keep putting me in the group, be looking at me in my beard, be like, "Oh, nigga, you see that ass over there?" I'm like, "Oh, nigga, I'm not in that group. I'm sorry, I can't do that with you, honey. I can't. I do, but do you know what? I don't want to talk about that with you. I
Right.
gotta, I can't. Ugh, dear Lord, dear Lord. I am so glad to have gotten to know you, to have been privileged, because that's another thing. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, is that I don't allow myself to end up in any kind of friendship with very many male presenting people. Specifically because of that, right? Because all of that like sexism bullshit just like sneaks out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone threw magic beans and it just sprouts out their mouth out of no place.
Right.
And not only in your comedy but in your life and in the way that you show up, that does not tend to be a part of who you are. And I sincerely appreciate it. I sincerely
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, and thank you so much for being here, for talking this shit.
Uh, no, I enjoyed this. I didn't
You
had an
know,
edible, smoked the bong, hit the pen,
yeah, what we
had some
did.
101 tinctures. I'm trying
I'm
to see if you gonna catch up.
I'm
I'm good
catch
over
up.
here.
Listen, I had me when we started. I was having me some Mr. Moxie mints from my good
Okay.
friends at Blue, so that was minty at first, and of course had that oil in my tea. And am now on my. I have one jar that I call the party jar. I don't know what's in it because it's whatever it's the scrimples or whatever was in it before.
Oh,
Whatever I
Frankenstein.
had
I
around.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's just it's I think if it were a soda and we were young, it would be called a suicide.
Okay, I'll take that. I like to give a shout out to my people over at Budlandia over on 82nd and Woodward. Always taking good care of me, always giving me good deals, and just always showing me love. Go check them out. Budlandia, 82nd and Woodward. Tell them Jinx sent you. You won't
All
get
right.
nothing free, but at least they know I sent you.
You
Okay, thank you.
won't get nothing
Uh,
free, but they
I'm
don't
ready.
know I
No, you
sent
won't.
you.
I'm all
That
right. See, I love edibles. Like this is my new thing. I love
was that.
these. They're
All right.
fruity pebbles.
Like you put it in milk fruity pebbles, or it's just edibles
No,
straight up?
like a like a snack,
Oh,
like a
it's like
Rice
a
Krispie
Rice
treat, but
Krispie
with fruity
treat.
pebbles.
Oh, come on now,
Yeah,
come on now. At 50, all right,
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great too.
we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk. Hey, Jinx, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Uh,
you for having me.
hey, you
This
know
has
what?
been
One
wonderful.
more time for you because
Hmm.
I think you the second guest who had actually smoked with us.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's ironic because I had recently some people were fighting in my comments and somebody realized who I was. I don't know how they even came across the post. And in the middle of their fighting, they was like, "Oh shit, you the 420 person." And for anyone to even think that for a second, and none of my guests be smoking with me, I'm like, I guess I am the 420 person. So I appreciate it helping
Oh, no,
me look not
thank
like
you. Thank you.
oh, and you. This is how it should be done. This is how it should be done. All right, people. This has been another fascinating and thrilling episode of Smoke and Mirrors. I would like you to give it up for my man Hyjinx one time, please.
Thank
There
you.
he
Thank you.
is.
Thank you. Again,
There he
thank you for
is.
having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely, love it, love it. Hey, this has been Smoke and Mirrors. We've been in conversation.
All
Sometimes we
day.
do that shit. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Already told you who with, but I'll tell you again just for fun in case you forgot. Going to be here with Kat Hollis, and we're going to be talking about the PDX stripper strike that is happening alongside of and as part of and germane to all of the protesting that you've been hearing about on all of your newses. Come check us out and see what it is that we're talking about. If you happen to be somebody who is currently employed and of means, do you know what I would love for you to do? I would love for you to perhaps throw five on a project at the Marsha P. Johnson Foundation. This is a foundation on the West Coast for trans and queer folks of color, specifically black folks, who are making the art. This is art. You like art? Shell up for the art if you can afford it. I think it's a very good cause. I think it's very important. If you wanted to help this particular endeavor help it out, I would very much appreciate that. You could do that by sharing it around. That would be great. Pass it like the duchy upon the left-hand side. I ask this often, and every time I do, people say LOL, and they put little likes and shit, and then it gets shared 3 times. Motherfuckers, I'm asking you to share it on your pages. Put it on your page. Please. Please. Thank you. Another way you could help this endeavor out would be to, if you wanted to support it financially but did not want to become a patron at this point, drop 5 on it, please. I would appreciate that. It does go directly toward making this broadcast happen. The improved sound, that's because of the patrons and the supporters. The ability to have better lighting that doesn't look like shit. Guess what? The people who support this project made that happen. So if you wanted to get down, that would be much appreciated. You could do that at Venmo at Carlos-Wyndham. You could do that at Cash App at $CK Wyndham. You could do that at PayPal /me.CK Wyndham. Do you have a question, a query, a complaint, a thing to say, a suggestion about who needs to be here? Got a good suggestion about who needs to be in conversation with me earlier today? I'm going to reach out to that person, and hopefully they'll say yes. That would be a good conversation. I agree. Thank you for that idea, Kelly. You can drop that idea at smokeandmirrorsccb@gmail.com. Hey, this time is produced by myself, and I also host it. It is also produced by Tracy Tatamy, and now we're at the end of our time together. So thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your hands. If you have to go outside, wear a mask. And remember that I love you. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, God, I am so high. Okay, bye.